Hello, Cancer. Welcome to your weekly reading. This is March 6th through 12th. Hope you're amazing. We are going to jump right into your reading today. So, the first card that we have for you is Distorted Desire. Conscious desire rarely satisfies the unconscious need driving it. Ah. This is interesting, Cancer, because I see you being emotionally happy um, with your family, your person. You could be having a child, could have be basking in the joys of marriage or moving in together. But I feel like emotionally you are satisfied. The problem is there's issues with finances, money, or time being spent wisely. Um, it's like that's on the other side of things. And I feel like you've been trying to ignore that part and focus more on the happiness that you feel. The problem is emotions have a wave to them and they come and go. They go up and they go down. So I get this vibe that when they come down, the reality of what's going on with the money or the time comes up, um, that's gonna be that you're gonna be like angry or upset. I feel like just because you're in love or just because you're happy at the moment doesn't doesn't lessen the fact that there's an underlying problem that may come up later. Okay. So I feel the need to tell you not to ignore finances being a problem because you're going to regret that later. Yeah, some of you are having a new kid, a child, a baby. Um, and that's why you need to, or you may have just bought a house, you may have just gotten married, but there's a need to focus on your finances, okay? Because I feel like you're trying to find comfort in what is, and you're not really sort of kind of, it's like you're putting a band-aid on the problem and not fixing it so it can get better. I feel like you're happy with your job, and you kind of have this idea that you have to make everything work, that you're the responsible party, that you have to be the strong one. But I feel like that's just you kind of using a cop out to not fix it, right? Um, uh, this is a hard one. Yeah, you definitely had some dreams come true after wanting it for a long time. So whatever the good thing is, you've wanted this for a long time and you're super happy about it. You don't need to create boundaries for yourself, though. This is a time for new beginnings and change, and when you see a problem, to resolve it. So, and resolve it in a way where you don't have to do it again next week. It's like you finally get to get down and dirty with something to resolve it completely, like to end the cycle. Um, yeah, it feels like there are financial problems. There's some underlying problems that I feel like are not going to be good in the future that you need to deal with. Um, and you need to be committed to it. Some of you are married, some of you have a child that's coming. It's something that cannot be changed. Um, so you can't hide the problems. It's like you need to dive in them and get them resolved. Okay. Shamanic healer, cleansing, attunement. This week, Cancer, is your time to heal things. This is your time to use that nurturing energy to start making things better in your life, to start lifting up your energy or heightening your spiritual energy. Um, if you give time to healing yourself and healing kind of issues and problems in your life, in your spirit, um, it puts you in a balance with yourself, you know? So I see a lot of change starting this week. Um, it's kind of like you can't stop it. I'm getting like spiritual enlightenment. I'm getting like messages coming towards you. Like you can't stop all these things from happening. You just kind of have to listen to it. It's like it's coming out to help you. Um, I do see some of you miss someone that you are thinking is a soulmate for you. Uh, but I don't feel like you want to go back into whatever this issue was. This is for somebody that's single, because I feel like you're lonely and you keep thinking about this person and you're like, what if they were the one? But I feel like it was so catastrophic that you're like, why would I try to like? I feel like you feel better now as who you are as a person. So now in your mind, you're kind of going back into old relationships, but I don't think it's smart for you to do that. You know, it's one of those things where you need to move on from it. But I see it in the cards that you're thinking about it, or you're thinking about this person. But I feel like it's a part of your healing process. Yeah, it's that kind of old, like you're healing. So this is like the sabotagey behavior, if that's what you want to call it. It's like you go back to what it is that you know. Um, Also, you're afraid of like going through all of this alone or being alone, and that's why you're thinking about this specific person. You know, you're thinking on things on a deeper level, and you're like, oh man, what if this was the one? You know. I do feel like this is a person that used to respond to you. I don't think they're going to respond this time if you contact them. I don't see it. And I see you being really sad about, oh man, I really lost this person and they may have been the one for me. Because I see you trying to reach out to them or talk to them or express something to them, but you're not going to get anything from them. Things have really changed, you know? If anything, and this is so funny, if anything, they're seeing how this relationship was not good for them, and now they're going after something they feel they deserve. So, so it's like you kind of change them for the better, but it's not a good situation for you. Yeah, that's very specific, by the way. Okay, and then we have Sweat Lodge. Okay, so some point of the week you start learning that you need to move on and you need to feel stable within yourself. So it's like you've purged all of this stuff out that needed to go, and now you're focusing more on yourself. Please remember during this time, Cancer, to be very patient with yourself, okay? Um, because it's almost like you're learning how to kind of put yourself back together in the situation that you're in. It's like you kind of got scattered out by all the other things and responsibilities and feelings and shadow work and then you had to deal with. And now you're trying to put that puzzle back together in a cohesive manner. So pick and choose your battles wisely, you know, because I feel like a lot of things are going to come up because of change. And I feel like, not struggling, but I feel like you're reaching out for something that makes you feel sort of nurtured or gives you inspiration in a time where you're kind of out, like searching for yourself and searching for what's next for you. So, yeah, positive thoughts. I definitely see somebody getting rid of thoughts of a person. But it's interesting because I feel like you're just picking out the good parts. Like there's a reason why you aren't together, but for some reason you're only thinking about the good things about this person. Like you're creating this image of them, you know? Yeah, you're just learning how to accept change and how to find a abundance in this new energy and this new life that you're creating for yourself. It's just because there's a lot of change going on, you know? Yeah. I would say the first thing to do is work on money issues, money issues and stability issues. Don't get stuck into foolery, uh, like especially this other person and trying to sabotage relationships if that's a thing you're doing, or falling back into the past. That's like foolery, you know. Don't do that, because I feel like you're avoiding the change by kind of stepping back into the past. All right, all right, Cancer. I love you, and I'll see you next week. Bye bye.